Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Melissa Sousa, and I am the Senior Wellness Coordinator in the Athletics and Recreation Department. And I am happy to be here with you on a Wellness Wednesday and in this beautiful but freezing cold sunny day. So hoping that everybody is staying warm and is ready to learn a little bit about a snack, or it's called a snack attack, our topic today. So I wanted to give you guys a little insight on my very most favorite snack ever and a little bit about why and how to cook it. It is the egg. I love boiled eggs. Anybody who knows me knows I love boiled eggs. I love boiled eggs because of their nutritional profile that we'll get into, but I love them because they're versatile. I can take them with me anywhere that I want to go. I can change up their flavors as well. Easy to make, easy to travel with. Great, full rounded nutritional profile. So boiled eggs, they're my besties, my go-to snack. At all times, you will find boiled eggs in my fridge for so many reasons, and we'll get into that. But today's boiled eggs, that's our snack attack. So you can safely eat, I'm going to throw some facts at you right now. You can safely eat 3 eggs a day. There's been some old news, a long time ago old news, but it's still brought up. If you look it up on the internet, you'll still find that people talk about the cholesterol in eggs. And HDL is the bad cholesterol, or the good cholesterol, excuse me. And eggs actually help to raise your good cholesterol. So the bad cholesterol, yes, there is some, but it's not as much, and it doesn't affect as many people as once believed. So it is no longer a food that should not be eaten by people that are concerned with their cholesterol levels. So you don't have to worry there. That's the LDL levels that I was talking about there. But so it helps to raise our good HDL cholesterol levels, which is awesome. So anyway, depending on your size, depending on how much you expend energy in a day, depends on how many eggs you should eat in a day as well. So typically they say around 3. I have 2, if not more sometimes, but 2 every single day for sure. So no difference in our brown variety versus our white shelled variety. There's no, again, the profile, nutritional profile is exactly the same for our brown to white eggs. A lot of people didn't know that, think that the brown ones are more healthy, like it's like whole wheat or something. It's nothing. It has nothing to do with that. Choose the color of egg that you like. The older the eggs, the easier to peel is another thing. So you can have eggs that can stay in your fridge. They say up to 1 to 2 weeks even when they are still in their unboiled state. So once they've been boiled, you've got 1 week to consume to where you might want to start worrying about, whether they're still safe to eat. So 1 week after boiled, but so the older they are, the easier they are to peel. But I find that with my awesome new little recipe that I found to boil eggs, that I don't have to worry about that. Brand new, just out of the chicken yesterday eggs still peel just as good. So that makes me super excited. And I'll tell you how to do that in a sec. 1 egg, let's go about its nutritional profile. 1 egg has 6 to 7 grams of protein. So it depends on the size of egg that you get, that you can buy them in the small, medium, large, extra large varieties. This is an extra large egg. I always buy the extra large. Now when I have the large even, I'm like, where'd this minuscule egg come from? Give me 2 of those. So extra large eggs is where it's at for me. And so with that, and there's 6 to 7 grams of protein for an extra large egg, around 80 calories, and 55 calories are coming from your yolk. And the rest are in the whites of the egg. There are 6 grams of carbs, 0 grams of fiber, 5 grams of fat that is mostly found in your yolk, and tons of vitamins B, A, and D it's loaded with. So it is a very full-rounded nutritional food. In fact, it's known as one of the cheapest sources of a high protein profiled food. It's only second to our friend, the peanut butter. So eggs are amazing because they have the fat, the protein that you need. And I find for me, when I get all of those, when I especially get the fat and protein profile down, I feel full longer. So that's why I love eggs. I love them because I do love the taste of them as well, but I love them because they're a high protein. They are a cheaper form of protein. So not all of us are getting the amount of protein that we should in a day, and our eggs are one of the cheapest versions of a high protein food. And again, it's a lower in the in our fat and carbs, if that's what you're looking for. So it's amazing. So many good things for boiled eggs in regards to nutritional profile. So again, high in protein, 4 grams come from the whites. That's why you'll find that a lot of people separate the eggs, and when they're doing the protein thing, they'll have more of the whites. But in fact, you really should have the yolk as well, because you're only going to get 4 grams of protein from your whites and about 3 from your yolk and an extra large egg. So you're still missing out on some protein in that yolk. And as I said, the fat does help you feel more satiated. So it helps to keep you feel fuller longer. So I always eat my eggs in full. I remember the diets, the fads that were the egg white omelets. Remember that? People still do that. If you're watching your fat content, but it's a healthy fat. Again, I need the healthy fats. I want the healthy fats in my diet. So I say bring on the fats, bring on the healthy fats in the form of yolk here. Totally fine by me. But that's where you'll find the fats are in the yolk, and then the protein is mixed in both. But there are a little bit more in the whites of the egg. So let's get on to our little recipe of how to boil them. So, you'd think you just grab your pot and you throw them in. Well, I'm gonna grab a pot. So you just, any old pot here. What you wanna do is just take, fill up some water about halfway. And that's the trick. A lot of people think that you need to put the eggs in and then you fill it up with some cold water and throw it on the stove. And that it's the time that it's on the stove. But the trick is that you need to boil the water first. So I boil the water, about half of it full. And then I take myself like a big giant slotted spoon like this. So if these were raw eggs, I would then, once the water's boiling, I take 2 at a time and I drop them in on the stovetop, obviously. And then I very carefully tilt my spoon while they're at the bottom of the pot, and then they're chilling there, bubbling away. So you only put as many as will fit down there. You don't want to overcrowd them. They start hitting each other and they'll crack. So it's okay if they're touching, but you don't want to put them on top of each other. So I fill up the whole bottom. I usually do like 10 at a time. This is a small pot. I usually do a bigger one. I do about 10 to 12 at a time. Use your slotted spoon, drop them in the boiling water. 1 minute in the boiling water, okay? Then we're gonna turn her down to simmer. So we're just got a slight bubble going, and you're going to let that go for 12 minutes. So that's where I get on my timer on my microwave, and I pop in 12 minutes, let her go. Simmering, 12 minutes. As soon as that timer goes off, you dump out that water and get the cold water going and give them a little cold water bath. So 1 minute in the boiling water, 12 minutes on simmer, let them run on the cold water just for a bit. So they just need to have a little bit of a cold water bath. And they are honestly the best, have like foolproof, love it. They don't get that thing, when you start peeling the egg and you have to pick and you get all the whites off, and I just want to toss it. So I used to get so mad, and I thought this recipe sounds tedious to boil eggs. I was one of those that would just throw them in a pot, put the water on, and get it on the stove. So now, yes, it sounds like but it really isn't. There's not really many more steps than what you're doing already anyway. So I'm just gonna show you how awesome my friend is. So then that this recipe, I should say, is, because it literally just peels off these eggs so nicely. And you don't remember, you'd get these like big chunks where they don't come off, and like, you would just want that like one big solid peel at the end. Oh, and it's perfect. And there's no like white chunks. It looks like a bird already pecked all the whites out for you. You get a perfect egg every time with that recipe. I love it. I love it. I love it. Can you tell I'm excited? Then here's what I do. I eat them in all different ways. Like I'll just throw it in my purse in a Ziploc and go, and I'll peel it in the car if I'm driving. I bring them to work when I'm back in the office on campus. But you get this perfect, and it's a hard boiled egg, but it's not, when it's overdone, you'll get that green ring that's around it. It's perfect every time. It's peelable. It's perfect on the inside. It's not too dry, and it's not still in that dark yellow form. It is the perfect boiled egg. So then what can you do with it? All sorts of things. You can make egg salad out of your boiled eggs. You can eat them plain. I like to put my favorite crushed chives on it. I sprinkle a bit of crushed chives for flavor. And because I think the green, I love adding a bit of green. And I always sprinkle my eggs with a wee bit of salt. Sometimes pepper too. And lately I've been like accompanying this with sauerkraut, but that's a whole other topic. Boiled eggs, the snack attack go-to meal for this girl. Because of its flavor profile, try it. Try them out. I have at least 2 a day, like I said, and I've been doing that for about two to 3 years now, really. And I love them. So try out the boiled egg recipe and let me know how it goes. Have a fabulous rest of your Wednesday. Happy Wellness Wednesday. Happy sunny day, everybody. Be well. Take care.